Hey guys, I just wanted to give you this little video, just some things about entering in home medication. So just remember, you go to summary, and then when you want to add or edit any home medications, you'll go to edit. So we need to be reconciling meds on the pre-op side of things. If they're going to go inpatient, we'll talk through that. If they're just going to be outpatient, we'll talk through that. And then just utilizing this for all of your discharge meds. So if you have any discharge med that you have a script or an order for, those need to be on this home medication profile. You all may or may not know this, but pre-admission will populate some of these when they do their pre-admission call. If the kid's going to get admitted, the MedRec tech might be putting some of these in, getting that ready. So you might already see some things here, and then if this kid has been admitted and discharged or seen an RN, ER and discharged, you might see some meds here. So we just need to make sure everything on the medication list are current medications that they're taking. So let's act like we're going to add a new one, and for this first instance, we're going to say that it's going to be a home medication, and we're going to say this kid's going to get admitted. So if the parent can tell you the dose of the drug, that is what you should put in here if they're getting admitted, because then the doctor can just go in and continue those for home. But just caution, it's got to be the right drug, right amount, and you'll have to use like the drop downs if it's home meds and you're getting really specific. So let's just let's say Lexapro. So start typing Lexapro. You see Lexapro here. So since this is a home med, we want to go to the plus sign here, open this up. We're going to find our dose. So we're going to say that this is a 20 milligram tablet. Okay. So Lexapro, we're going to say that this patient takes 20 milligrams. PO frequency is going to be daily. PRN reason, no. Kind of throughout this, you'll hear me say anything that's RX specific, any instructions or any notes needs to go in RX instructions. This is what will print out on your discharge. Anything in these pharmacy comments or patient comments, that really doesn't go anywhere. So really utilize this RX instruction box. I will tell you, as far as this too, this doesn't print out on the discharge paperwork, but if this kid was getting admitted, you could do these known or unknown times, but really for most of our purposes, this is not super important and doesn't really do much for us. So enter some stuff into your RX instructions and then just save those. So if this kid is getting admitted, you've entered their home medicine. This is all they're taking. And when you go to print here, just remember, if they're going to get admitted, to print the admission order profile. And then the physician can check mark next to those meds on that paper and order those meds for home. So that example is kind of if the parents can tell you what the patient is on without any questions. If the parents do not know how much they take or the dose, do not put in a dose, don't make up a dose, or something might get ordered wrong. Also, if this kid is outpatient, they are not going inpatient, we do not have to put all of this information. So in that scenario, we're going to say that this kid, in this one, we're going to say the mom's like, oh yeah, he's been taking amoxicillin, but I don't know how much. All you do at that point, amoxicillin, don't click the drop down or you're going to have to pick one of these things. So just make it really simple. This kid is on amoxicillin suspension. If you don't know any of this, do not put it and save. So you've updated the home med list with what he's on leave it at that. For your discharge drugs that you're going to enter in, we're going to say that it's going to be Hyset. So if you start clicking, this is going to make it's going to make it harder for you to edit what the provider has ordered if you do the drop downs. So just keep this super simple. Click on the drug name. Also ignore strengths and dispense form. Just do not utilize this. So if your prescription for Hyset is 7 mLs, just start here and enter it in directly off of the prescription. They've ordered 7 mLs, PO, frequency, we're going to say Q4 hours. This is a PRN drug, so change that to yes. Give the PRN reason. Pain. Now, so don't use any of this. Just keep it right here. Any of your RX instructions needs to go in here. And this is where I'm telling you all that there's no reason to put last taken here. So if you gave this kid a dose of Hyset in the hospital before they leave, putting the known time, this will not print out on the discharge. So do not utilize this. You would want to go here into the RX instructions and type in patient had Hyset at 2 p.m. Do not give any Hyset until 6 p.m., whatever that time is. And then the instructions about Tylenol, that this medicine does contain Tylenol. Don't give any extra Tylenol. Tylenol is acetaminophen. Trying to think if there's any other kind of functionality and scenarios here. Sorry, bear with me just a second. Just make sure. If you are going to copy and paste from what Kim sent you, or copy and paste from the discharge that's in CPOE, just always put it in this RX instruction box. So this is going to be your friend. And kind of the general theme is any medication that this kid is going home on post-op needs to be entered into the home medication list. But this is only if there's like a prescription. So if they just verbally said, you heard the doctor say Tylenol, Motrin, don't put those in here. This is something that has an order that we could be traced back to, that's why we put it on here. On your discharge plan, just remember, if you're whatever drugs you're sending the kid home on, that you are adding them into your patient discharge instructions. And then your additional instructions. So this is more, anything med related, keep it on the summary and the med list. But if there is a drug, just an example, this kid got Toradol in the OR at 10 a.m. And he is verbally said to give Tylenol and Motrin at home. You will not add that to the med list. You're just going to give them the handout for Tylenol and Motrin here. And then if you know that they got Tylenol or Toradol in the OR, you would put their time that they got that here, just so they know which time, and they don't give it before time. So I think that's all on this one. I'm going to load this into the CBL for discharge and pain med stuff, and I hope this helps you guys. We are going to keep running into new things, but just let us know and we will work through it together. Thanks.